On November the 28th, the Monday morning, I decided to go out and try to go catch some flounder at Ponce Inlet. I launched my kayak and it looked perfect for red the area where I launched, so I decided to do a few casts with the jig head, and as you can see, it didn't even take long. It was probably my third cast, and had a nice little beautiful red on the hook. It hit it right when I cast in the water. I reeled it, I let it sink, I reeled it twice, let it sink again, and then it hit. It's not too big, but it's a beautiful looking fish. I just really like how they look, they're fun to catch. Yeah, I measured it, as you can see right there. I have a measuring board on the side of my kayak with 17 inches. Put one for the camera and slip out. There you go. And let it go. Back to the freedom, get a little bit bigger, and hopefully I catch you another day again when you put a few pounds on. So I did a few more casts, hope to hook into another redfish. I didn't, so I didn't want to waste more time, and went on to go and try to catch some flounder because I really wanted to have flounder for dinner that day. And yeah, so after that I moved on to catch some flounder, but I didn't actually catch flounder. Something else happened.
That's the first. Whoa, shit.
Yeah, as you saw, a nice little octopus. I've never caught one. I've heard of people catching them, but I've never heard of anyone catching them actually on a lure. Live bait, yes, but not a lure. That was quite a surprise that bit on my bucktail jig. Even more of a surprise was when it just plopped into my boat, and I was kind of relieved that I didn't have to deal with removing the hook because of the beak. But yeah, a little freaky there. I wasn't quite sure if I can just touch it or if it will bite me or whatever. You think I'm weird for being like that, but in that moment I didn't really know what to do. Just try to move it out of my boat. Say goodbye, little slimy friend. The line that you see wasn't attached to anything. It was just a piece of leader material, and I dragged it with it in the water, sticking to its skin.
What the heck, dude?
Here you see me still jigging for flounder in the center of the Ponce Inlet. The current was really strong, so you see me looking around like I'm quite paranoid, but what I'm doing is actually looking at the waves, because the waves were coming kind of sideways, and those are things you got to watch out for. Strong current and waves, especially when you're anchored. Yes, you want to be situated right, so the waves hit you from the front and that the current can't push you over when it's hitting you from the side. So the way my kayak was in that moment I didn't like a lot, so I kind of wanted to adjust it. So what I had to do was moving the anchor trolley a little bit. So I put down my pole right here, and what I didn't see that I put it actually down on my paddle, which was not a good thing. I usually never do that. That's why it's not attached. But you see me moving the pulley just a little bit, and that was enough to move my kayak so bad and had the current hit me so bad from the side that I had to stabilize with my paddle there, and unfortunately my rod fell in the water because of that. But I didn't have time to worry about that a whole lot. So I was struggling in the water, just trying to situate my kayak and have the waves hit me from the back and have the current coming from the front, so I can actually pull my kayak up towards the anchor. And so what you see me doing is I'm just paddling towards my anchor so that I have some slack in the anchor line, and it's gonna be easier to gain some anchor line and pull it up, because if the current hits you from the side and you're in a situation where you're anchored, it can get really bad because the current can actually flip your kayak over if a wave hits you from, like you see my anchor line is on my left side. If a wave would hit me from the right side and my anchor line would be tight where the current is hitting me, the water could just flip me over because the current is pushing from the left and the wave is pushing me up from the right. So now I didn't have much trouble pulling me towards my anchor because the wind was blowing really hard from the back. That was very beneficial in that moment. Otherwise I would have had a lot of struggle pulling up my anchor line like that against the current how it was, because it was really bad. And it just changed from one to the other. So now you see me struggling with the anchor line. I was pulling it and then I thought my anchor was stuck, so I have a knife right there for those cases, and you would just cut it loose because you have to get out of those situations if you happen to get into a situation like that. Last second, anchor came loose and I didn't have to cut it, so didn't lose some line, and actually it's a diving weight that I have there, but I would have just cut it, rather lose the weight than my life. And now you see me getting out of there and trying to fish the backwaters where the next odd thing happened. What a day, man, what a day. So paddling away, the next thing you will see is me in the backwaters, and I spotted something in the mangroves, and it was moving. I didn't really know what it was. I thought something was needed some help there. So you see right there in the mangroves, you will see that in a second. I thought that the turtle was in distress and was tangled up in there. I saw it had only had one leg or fin missing, so I got closer to have a good look, and it actually still looked kind of helpless, but it got away, so I knew it wasn't tangled up. So I fished the backwaters, came back, and that was it again, and it looked again kind of struggling, but I guess it was looking for food, because you can see it can breathe. It was going for air, just moving around there. So I think it was probably fine. Just wanted to have a closer look at it to see if nothing is hooked into it or that it's really good except the one fin that's missing. But it looked to me like it was fine, so I just wanted to have a closer look in case. You know, sometimes you gotta help the wildlife too, but I don't think I had to in that case, so it was a nice, funny little encounter. So now I'm a little bit upriver from the inlet, and trying now with actually shrimp and lures to still catch flounders. The bite was just off, so I finally had something, but that was not a flounder. The head was shaking too much, and I caught up. What's that? A bluefish. So I thought, if I can't take a flounder home, let's take this bluefish. It's delicious, so gotta get that in my boat. It's not the biggest one, but I like him. And gotta make some room in my cooler first before I can throw it in there. So I don't take a whole lot of fish home that I catch, but sometimes I do. And bluefish is one of them, sometimes trout, and definitely flounder, which unfortunately I didn't get that day. I guess the water just not cold enough. It's still too warm, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm fishing the wrong places during the wrong tides. I haven't fished that area for flounder before. You see me here. I got the bluefish in my cooler now, and I got another bite. What's that? Could that be a flounder? Didn't feel like it again. Too many head shakes. Didn't really feel like a bluefish either. So Could be just a catfish. Just another one. I caught so many that day. But part of the game there, huh? So yes, if you have any suggestions how to catch flounder, please let me know, because this year I'm really struggling. I didn't have that many problems to catch flounder the years before. Maybe I'm just too early, who knows, but if you have any suggestions, just leave it in the comments, please. And yes, so that was quite interesting day. I had some fun there. Unfortunately lost that one rod, so that just happens. People gonna tell me, well, you gotta secure him, you gotta put floaties on him, and yes, you're right, I probably should have, but I didn't. So now I got one rod less. It wasn't a super expensive one, it was a Shimano reel, but I got that one for free. It was broken and I fixed it. Working on some videos that show how to do stuff like that, fixing and servicing your reels. I'm not sure when I'm gonna have that done. I want to make those good enough that you actually learn from those. Well, that was a really interesting day. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share my channel and my videos. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.